Okay, welcome back to my channel. It's me, Angie Bear, and welcome to episode 2 of Real Talks. Yes, okay, so I'm so excited, and I'm also equally excited by the amount of support that I have been given by my friends and also some of you guys on my first episode where you get to know the real me. And I think that as we go along, I am very hopeful that you will get to know me a little bit better. But of course, first and foremost, my name is Angie. Welcome to my channel. If you have not subscribed to my channel yet, you can do so. You can hit the subscribe button. You can also follow me on Instagram. I am super active on Instagram. It's my favorite social media platform. You can interact with me there. I interact with everyone and all of my friends, spreading positivity in the hopes that I can spread my own positivity to you as well. So today's episode is going to be about my personal experience. So keyword here is personal experience working with Filipinos. So I got this idea actually from Carol, and if you don't know who Carol is actually the other half of Social Hits. So I started another channel which is called Social Hits that I am doing with Carol, where we work out and talk to you about social media at the same time. So it is also something that I'm super enjoying and super loving. So she gave me this idea where I can talk about some of my experiences working with Filipinos. Now, a few disclaimers, not a few lah, basically just one. It is just my own personal experience from what I have gone through, being that I've worked in the Philippines for like more than 4 years between 2015 until 2019. Okay, so my own personal experience really has been when I had the opportunity to go to the Philippines to set up the team and the business there. The first experience I've ever learned or experienced, I'm gonna say experienced a lot, so if you want to play like a drinking game, you're gonna get like really drunk. So before I was to go there, of course you have your own like process and interviews and things like that, and I remember my ex-boss telling me that I do not need to like question your capabilities. I know who you are. Everyone has been talking so highly of you, and he truly believed in my own capabilities and my abilities to help him set up the team there. But of course, I had to also talk to my then CEO before I actually moved to the Philippines. And I remember so clearly what she said to me during the interview, which wasn't exactly an interview. Basically, she only asked me if I have ever stayed by myself, have I ever been to like a foreign country by myself alone, have I left the country to study abroad or things like that, do I have any experience living by myself? And I remember at that time I said no, and she was more worried that I didn't have that experience of staying by myself than my capabilities. She didn't really question me too much about my capabilities. She just truly believed and like gave her utmost, how would I say, trust in my abilities to help them set up the team in the Philippines. So instead of asking me about my qualifications, what I've done, some of my experiences, she really wanted to make sure that I was ready to pack everything and move to a foreign country where I've never been to, or I've never been like independent to like stay by myself and stay alone. And I felt like that was such a different feeling for me. I've never had someone who just basically gave all of their trust to me, and that's technically also quite a big pressure. I felt maybe in a way that she just trusted me so much. Even my ex-boss also trusted me so much that there was an additional pressure to make sure that I don't screw up when I go there, right? So I think that was one of like the things that I to this day take with me, because I feel so blessed all the time when I think about the experience I had in the Philippines. This first experience I already had was so positive, and I think it really shaped how I changed and how I grew as a person. And of course, I think what has been so unmatched in my whole experience working with Filipinos is literally they are so open and so accepting. Like the hospitality of the Philippines is just next level, and I really do believe that they they really genuinely care for you and want to make sure that you are safe, you feel comfortable. And I remember even before I was to go to the Philippines, like my boss sent my soon-to-be teammate to KL so that she can also do some kind of training, and I would go to the Philippines with her. And even when we went there, he even arranged for like someone to like pick us up so that I didn't need to like fend for myself, because I literally had zero knowledge about the Philippines. I've never even heard of like Manila or like Bonifacio Global City. I've never heard of any of those until I actually went to the Philippines. So like literally the hospitality that I felt when I went there, everyone was so welcoming, everyone treated me so nicely, they were so nice. They would literally go out of their way to make sure that I am comfortable. And I also remember the first time that I met Carol was that she also accepted me into her house, into her home during Christmas. They are so accepting, and like the amount of like positivity and hospitality I felt in the Philippines made my stay there so genuinely enjoyable. And coupled with the fact that I could go a lot of places quite freely, and we had the utmost trust from our bosses to literally learn as we went. It was sort of like a little startup mentality, because we were trying to start up the business there in the Philippines. So a lot of things was like trial and error, but that was also the fun of it, right? I literally had the opportunity to have that trust put onto me to make sure that we grow the capabilities of the team, we grow the capabilities of like the business there. And with their hospitality, they always ask me, is there any type of food that you don't eat, or is there something that you want to try? They would bring me everywhere to like try different food, different drinks, so many different things. And also they were really very respectful in making sure that I felt included, whether it's included in meetings, included in like the gatherings or going out and things like that. And I think third thing was that I felt that they really valued like relationships. So they really wanted to genuinely get to know you, understand you, work with you, collaborate, which is something that is so important when we are trying to start something new, which I felt was so refreshing, so different. It's basically very different from what I learned while working where I was working, right? It's a different perspective or a different take, and it literally helps shape the person that I have now become because of how inclusive and how accepting they were when I was working there. Now, of course, let's be real here, I also know there are good and bad things, positive and negatives with the Philippines, as with positive and negative things in Malaysia where I am from. But of course, I felt that I was also quite privileged in a way that I was in a very good area. I felt very safe, and everyone around me also made me feel very safe. They gave me very good like tips and pointers to make sure that I do certain things that don't draw attention to myself. But of course, at the end of the day, every single Filipino that I met literally thought that I was a Filipino. Of course, because of our skin color, and after a while I sort of like got their Filipino accent a little bit, so they literally first impression would think that I'm Filipino and speak to me in Tagalog. So that also sort of helped me in a way to like navigate around the Philippines, because they feel like I'm also one of them. So they also get quite surprised when I say I'm not Filipino and then I'm Malaysian, and then their second sentence would always be, but you look like a Filipino, and which was really very cute. And yeah, I learned so much in the Philippines. I visited so many places in the Philippines as well, and I literally told myself that I was only going to stay in the Philippines for like 2 years. Like that was the maximum I was going to give myself. But I ended up staying there for 4 years because I had so much fun. I learned so many things from everyone. Of course, there were ups and downs. I'll probably do another video on like the downs, but I don't feel like I should be too much of a Debbie Downer, because there are so many positive things that I've experienced in the Philippines. I've had friends who've visited me in the Philippines. I've had home visit me. I've had my parents, my auntie, my cousins who would come and visit me as well, and it was really so fun. I met so many amazing people, and I've also like experienced so many crazy campaigns. I mean, like, we did some crazy campaigns which was really, really fun. And I mean, I got to meet like Pia words back, which was like the then Miss Universe from the Philippines. I've met like a few I guess Filipino celebrities whom I personally don't know, because obviously I'm not Filipino, but it's also quite like, you know, rara papaya, like quite exciting when I see like my colleagues or my friends really excited to see those celebrities as well. Yeah, other than that, my other experience working with Filipinos is really how hardworking they are. I've met like really different people, not say different people. So when I went to the Philippines was also when I really understood like the disparity between like the sectors, I would say. Of course, I've met people from many different walks of life, and I felt like I was really privileged enough to be in an area where it was safe lah, in a sense. But of course, like everyone would have different reasons or different motivations of why they go to work, why they do the things that they do. And it has been such an eye-opener for me as well to see like every single one of them are so hardworking, and they love to like have so much fun. And the greatest thing about working there was that every single like occasion is like a celebration. Oh my gosh, you got promotion, let's celebrate with like spaghetti. If we won like a new account, let's celebrate with spaghetti. If we got something, let's celebrate with spaghetti. Like, it's so fun because every small little thing is worth celebrating for them. And I've also experienced one of the most like picture taking, picture sharing, selfie taking nation in the entire like life that I've ever lived. Like every single momentous occasion, or even a normal occasion where we're just going for dinner, I remember my ex-boss would just love to like take pictures just to remember the moments and the memories. And it is also something that I felt is so wonderful because it's so inclusive. Like everyone just accepts everybody for who they are. There's like zero judgment, and we really look at, of course, the work that you put in and the passion that they put in their work is also next level. And most important experience that I've basically experienced is that they are so worried that you don't feel comfortable, that they just go out of their way to like be so comfortable, and they're so humble. And at the end of the day, I feel like a lot of those things that I've experienced in the Philippines really grounded me so much as a person. I feel like they taught me so much about myself, so much about how, you know, really focusing on building relationships and building friendships with the people around you, whether it's your clients, whether it's a potential vendor, whether it's your colleague, whether it's your boss. Building that relationship with them is so fulfilling. And I think that I took that learning and I took that experience and really applied it to the person that I am today. And I feel like because of that, a lot of really the experience I have with my friends has always been super fulfilling. Like there's literally zero judgment, there's nothing. It's just basically spreading this like positivity towards every single person that you meet. And to me, that is literally the most important experience I've ever got, like ever working in the Philippines. And I truly enjoyed my time, and I was literally not ready to come back. But of course, at the end of the day, you know, life happens and you gotta be realistic also lah sometimes. So of course I came back, and now that I'm here and I'm sharing this with you guys, and I'm really super excited, and I hope I can share more with you guys as well. And probably in the next episodes, I think, because it's supposed to be real talk, right? If you guys have any questions, you can leave them down in the comment box below. I would definitely answer every single comment. And if you have any questions or you have any suggestions of like real talk topics as well, you can let me know. But of course, as with real talks, I feel like maybe I might, or I will, I don't know, do another episode about some other things that I've noticed in the Philippines, but that will be for another video. I have so many other ideas, and I really want you guys to really get to know the real me. And yeah, Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. You can leave a like if you watched it all. You can leave a comment. You can follow me on Instagram at angiebear, and I will see you guys in the next episode. Bye bye.